Hola amigos and welcome back. Here is our prevista para clase número 5. Before we get started though, a couple reminders and reflections on clase número 4. First things first, if you haven't already joined our Remind group, please text at RRCCSPA111, yowzas, to the number 81010 on your phone. It'll ask you to download the Remind app, and that will let you get even more of this information more quickly. Plus, I send out really stupid memes, which is kind of awesome. That said, moving forward, how is your plan working so far? You guys obviously have a lot going on between families and job and school and other classes. Some of you are local, some of you are far, far away. How well is your plan coming together? Are you able to get things done? Do you find that you're waiting till the last minute? Remember that it's going to take time to be successful, but that you can totally do it. If you need to stop and readjust your plan, do it. In terms of feedback, make sure that you are looking in the comments and grades section for my feedback on specific assignments. Sometimes it'll just be a grade, other times you'll see comments as well. You want to make sure you're getting those in there. Speaking of grades, in order to get a grade for your on-time points on those discussion boards, if it's a Flipgrid assignment, notice not only do you do the Flipgrid, but you also have just a quick one-liner within the discussion post so that the system sees you were there. And in all things, remember that we are dealing with communication first and foremost. We are not going for linguistic perfection. All right, in clase número 5, we'll do a little bit more práctica con la pronunciación. You'll figure out a bit more about how to form a basic phrase or sentence in Spanish, and you're going to start looking at where in the real world you get to use your español. We're going to do a couple things right now to try and speed that process up for you. So first of all, a favorite little poem, a children's rhyme, a real one that little kids know, and it's great because it helps us focus on those vowel sounds, which are usually the things that as non-native speakers we struggle with. So, hola, hola, Coca-Cola. ¿Qué te pasa, calabaza? Nada, nada, limonada. A, E, I, O, U, el burro sabe más que tú. And yes, it is a fun one because you get to insult your friends by telling them that the little donkey knows more than they do. It's also a good opportunity to start practicing those R rolls, though that is less important, trust me, than getting those vowel sounds down. Now, obviously, last time you had a chance to check out Spanish words that quote unquote white people can't say. Hopefully, you found a bit of humor in that. It is a process for all of us. But here's a handful of words that you can say. And in fact, I am going to ask you to repeat after me on the following words: estudiante, oficina, dólares. Notice that accent mark gives a little extra punch. Dólares. Trabajador. Libro. Miércoles. Febrero. Teléfono. Página. Señora. Señor. Hospital. Caja. Idea. Alcohol. Chocolate. Caballo. Computadora. También. Gracias. De nada. Por favor. Sí. No. Perdón. Permiso. Claro. Llave. México. España. Estados Unidos. Estadounidense. Some of these are a bit of a mouthful. They're all good ones to practice with. Again, your goal more than anything should be to think about those vowel sounds. A, E, I, O, U, el burro sabe más que tú. You've also spent some time and will continue to spend more time looking at los pronombres personales. Again, this is one of my favorite visuals to kind of help me out. They also have their own pronunciation, so keep that in mind. Yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros, nosotras, vosotros, vosotras, ellos, ellas, ustedes. With those subjects or subject pronouns, you're going to start using them in conjunction with verbs and other stuff, which in fancy word we call the predicate, to make full sentences. Every time you've got a verb, it's going to have to match your subject. And that's one of the things that you're going to be learning about as you go through Clase número 5. In short, though, what you will find is that there are 3 kinds of verbs in Spanish. Verbs that end in AR, ER, and IR. And it's going to be the same process each time to conjugate them or to make that verb agree with its subject. You start with the infinitive, you take off those last 2 letters, just wipe them out. And then you are going to add the appropriate ending in its place. If you haven't already watched the videos, you'll want to. Otherwise, feel free to use this as a quick cheat sheet as you move on to practice. Speaking of practice, one of the best ways to do it is with this site that you will see right here. El sitio se llama Conjuguemos. I've given you some directions here, but I'm also going to walk you through how you can practice learning how to conjugate with just those basic verbs in the present tense. So let me give you a quick walkthrough. First things first, you will go to conjuguemos.com and you'll click on this white button that says Use Without Account. Once there, you're going to slide down the page to number 2, present tense regular verbs only, and you're going to click on Graded Practice in the middle of the screen. From there, go up to Settings, and in All Verbs, open that sucker up, deselect All Verbs, and you're going to choose just one AR, one ER, and one IR. So I'm going to choose cantar, to sing, comer, to eat, and vivir, to live. I'll click out of the box. I can see I still have 3 verbs selected. If I want to, I can put the verbs in English so that I have to start learning those memorizations that much faster, or I can leave it as is. I'll click Save Settings. The timer is currently set to 5 minutes in the upper left-hand corner. If I want to do less though, I can. I simply click on it, say, I only got 3 minutes right now. I got a standard commercial break, that's it. Save my settings and I'll begin. Filemón y Sancho cantar. Well, let's see, I know I start with my infinitive. I take off my last 2 letters, and then I have to think about what's the ending I'm going to use for Filemón y Sancho. It's plural. I'm not Filemón, I'm not Sancho, so that must mean they cantan. Jorge y yo, let's see, cantar, I take off my ending. It's plural and I'm including myself in it, cantamos. Yo, and I don't know. I can either do show hints in the bottom left-hand corner, and there it gives me my answers, yo como, or a little bit of nonsense, and my froggy friend will tell me the correct answer is como. I'll have to type it correctly before I can move on. It's a great way to practice and build up that automaticity so that you don't have to think about it. I will say your goal should always be to get to at least 50 correct conjugations in 5 minutes. It may take you a minute to get there, but it's definitely the goal to work towards. Again, keep track of your time and effort. See how your plan is working as you go through this class. Remember to be looking for feedback. If you've got questions about any of your feedback, please make sure to check in with me. Remember for those flip grids that you'll need to post in the discussion board as well in order to trigger those on-time points. And as always, please feel free to reach out if there's anything you are struggling with. That is what I am here to help with. Hasta luego. Hope you guys have a fantastic start to your week, and I will talk to you soon. Ciao.